Brothers and sisters, it's a joy to be with you. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, bringing you my daily diary. I love to tell you about what I do. Many of you support what I do, and you deserve to know what exactly fills my days and nights. Well, it's this work for pro-life. And what did I do from Tuesday, March 24th through Saturday, March 28th of 2026? Well, it was a week of 2 conferences and of endless networking. I had flown in the night before to Cincinnati, Ohio. I was in Cincinnati on the 24th for the Heartbeat International Conference. Now, this is a major network of pregnancy centers, and some 1,200 people or so come together who run these pregnancy centers, not only from coast to coast in the United States, but around the world. Many of these people I know, have known, have visited their centers, have seen them at these conferences in the past. And so as I'm there on Tuesday, I just started networking. They were having various training meetings and sessions during the course of the day. And also many of the groups were setting up exhibits. Sometimes we exhibit at the conference. We didn't this year, but I went around to the different exhibit booths as our colleagues and friends were setting them up and spoke to everybody there. We had some actually good planning meetings and strategy sessions right there in the middle of the exhibit hall with curtains and pipes all over the place and boxes of books and products. Great spirit, great enthusiasm for the conference as everyone was getting ready for it and going to the initial session. So I had really a full day of networking and a meeting up with friends old and new. Had to spend some time going back and forth to my computer and checking in with my staff. And at my desk, I did things like a request of some pro-life leaders to send a letter to the U.S. Attorney General on some pro-life matters. Some video footage of a very esteemed priest who has passed away, Father Seraphim, in regard to the Divine Mercy devotion. He was a postulator of the cause of St. Faustina. Some work in regard to our 115 Forum leadership meetings, some work in regard to a philanthropic board that I belong to, some communications about Focus on the Family, about our letters to seminaries offering books, some work in regard to the request of one of our American bishops to me to help gather information on Nellie Gray for possibly looking into her cause of canonization, some communication with our technical team about getting some more technology equipment we need, fax to all the parishes, and action alert to all our supporters, approving the texts of those, as well as a new column to be published. We're constantly writing articles and sending them out. So those were some of the things I did via my laptop in communication with my staff. But then otherwise, people were checking in for the conference, and I connected with them, had dinner with some folks there as well, and beautiful day to start the Heartbeat International Conference. The next day, Wednesday, March 25th, the Day of the Unborn Child, celebrated throughout the world as such, and the anniversary of Evangelium Vitae, the Gospel of Life encyclical of John Paul II. So this was very much, of course, on the minds and hearts of the people in the conference. I started the day early with an early breakfast and networking with some of these people. Then went back upstairs because I had an 8 a.m. national prayer call that I am invited regularly to lead prayers and make some devotional comments. And so I spoke about the Day of the Unborn Child, of course, to these pastors and faith leaders and conservative leaders from coast to coast. Such an encouraging experience being with them on the phone and having a great national conversation. So that was at 8 o'clock, lasted almost an hour. And then I went downstairs and started networking with and attending the various presentations by our different pro-life colleagues gathered for the Heartbeat International Conference. Endless networking, when I tell you, on my feet all day long, just in the exhibit. I would go between the exhibit area, the hallway, the rooms where the sessions were, the dining room where we had a big lunch together, back into the workshop areas, back into the exhibit hall, and just constantly there wasn't a moment without meeting someone, talking with someone, and encouraging someone, and getting updates and sharing updates. And then in the evening, what's called the Parade of Nations at the evening banquet, again, with everyone gathered together who was attending the conference, again, about 1,200 people. a parade with people carrying flags from the different dozens of countries that are represented there and that do pregnancy center work, saving babies in their own countries from abortion. There was a special gathering just before the dinner of some of the members there at the conference of the Abortion Recovery Coalition. So actually, we went across the street from the hotel. There was a little cafe there. We spent about an hour together, those of us that specialize in the Ministry of Healing the Wounds after abortion. And that was a great little gathering. We usually gather, as I tell you on these daily diaries, via Zoom for a monthly meeting. But this time some of us able to gather there in person. I had some phone calls in the afternoon also to some pro-life leaders, and also had to check in on my email about a couple of things in regard to our family home up in New York, in regard to this proposed letter of the Attorney General, in regard to approving a fax for the parishes, some business with the NPRC, National Pro-Life Religious Council, of which I'm the president, some communication about wall builders, our friend David Barton, some communication with Helene, whose story we always share, how she turned away from abortion, and also some good conversation about Clemens von Galen, a great, courageous bishop. Lord, give us more of them. They're in short supply. Who spoke out about the Nazi regime, just like we speak out today about the Democrat Party, which isn't too very different in their anti-life philosophy. So that was Wednesday the 25th. Thursday the 26th, okay, I had a great breakfast with our Italian counterparts, one of the great leaders of the Italian pro-life movement, and we went to the Mass. After we had breakfast, we went to the Mass that was held there for the Catholic participants of the conference. And this woman is the daughter of Carlo Cassini, now passed on, a key leader in the Italian pro-life movement, and now she's picked up the mantle. But I knew him also through the Pontifical Academy for Life, on which we both served under Pope Benedict. So at 9:45, I was picked up by an Uber and brought to the Cincinnati airport and flew to Dallas. Did some work as usual on the plane, on my emails and reading I had to do, and got to Dallas and went to now a second conference. And this, a big and exciting one, CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee. And when I got there, it didn't take long for the networking to start, seeing people from clear across the country. And again, spending my time in three different areas: the basic, the big room where all the presentations are given, people, cabinet members, RFK Jr. was there, governors and senators and members of Congress and leaders of different groups. The hall where the talks were given, then the exhibit hall. And I did the same thing at CPAC as I do at Heartbeat, going to every single exhibit booth, saying hello to everybody, having great conversations, little strategy meetings off to the side. A lot of business gets done. And the third area, the media row, as it's called, where various media are set up, and many of them interviewed me in these days now that I'm going to tell you about, that I was at the CPAC conference, because that's what they want to do. They want to get commentary about the conference and about the various things going on. So I had a number of interviews. Very fantastic networking. Just a couple of quick things on my email that I had to do, giving staff some instructions about website postings and about our developing app for Priests for Life. Friday the 27th, full day of CPAC networking, and it was nonstop in the hallways, in the conference rooms, in the exhibit area, the media row. I had a morning interview on a national radio program. And then it went on from there, going over to One America News and various other outlets that wanted to have me on. I had to step away to do a little bit of work on email on with a conversation with one of our bishop friends. And secondly, follow up to the Heartbeat Conference. Of that board that I'm on, I had an afternoon meeting at 3:00 by phone with doing some board business. Again, a pro-life philanthropic group. Some communication with Chris Salcedo. You might remember him, the liberty-loving Latino from Newsmax. He's now got his own media efforts going on. Approval of wording for an email blast, and then more interaction with the media and with our friends in the exhibit area, including also with Mercedes Schlapp, who is married to Matt Schlapp, and together they run the whole organization of the whole conference of CPAC. Saturday, March 28th, same thing from morning to late afternoon. The networking was constant. Interviews happened. I had some phone calls with some staff people, and just a fabulous day of getting together with everybody. And Newsmax wanted me to do a little call-in interview, so I stood there. They had their remote camera team there, and I spoke to the Newsmax audience about what was going on at CPAC and what is going on, especially in terms of the pro-life movement and President Trump, and our continued gratitude to him for clearing away the obstacles for us to get our work done. I had to leave for the airport in the late afternoon because I was on a plane to fly back to Orlando, back home to Florida. And so I went to the airport, got on the plane, rested a little bit on the plane. It was quite exhausting, all this networking from the Heartbeat Conference to the CareNet, to the Heartbeat Conference to the CPAC Conference nonstop all week. So I rested on the plane, didn't land until close to 1 o'clock in the morning, and then got back to my office and went to bed. And there it was, March 24th to 28th, 2026. Representing you at all these conferences, representing our unborn brothers and sisters, giving voice to them, as I know you are as well. May God bless your activities as he blesses ours. And I'll talk to you soon.
Hey everyone, this is Patrick Nowakowski of Nova Media. I've known Frank Pavone and Priests for Life for decades, and I encourage you to check out the great work they're doing. They're one of the great apostolates in the pro-life movement, and continuing to inspire and guide the pro-life movement to victory, and helping moms and saving babies. So please check out everything that they're doing, and God bless you.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.